felt so right and we gave it all and gave him a fight. Can you feel the beat, all the energy? I loved it all from start. Can you see it clear, all the happy years? I kept them in my heart. The time of our lives, it was all about fun. We were the kids, it was all about fun. A shame we grow older. Remember it like it was yesterday. We were the kids and we did okay. A shame we grow older.
Hi, good morning here from I'm not allowed to say a lovely day because yesterday I was told that as soon as I say that, the wind picks up later on in the day, so I'm not going to say that. A good winter's morning here in Newcastle at Newcastle Bowling Club. We're live here from the 2024 Bowls of Africa Mixed Pairs National Championships. And I'm joined in the commentary by Owen James. Good morning, Owen.
Good morning. Yeah, today's the first day that we haven't got perfectly clear blue skies. We have got a bit of cloud cover today, but it's very high cover. There is no. Did have a look at the green earlier today, and there's been quite a lot of dew last night, and there's quite a bit of loose grass being picked up by the bowls that I noticed during the trial ends. But yep, we've got for you guys today. We are live streaming the Southern Free State, the York couple versus EKB Ekurhuleni Bowls, which is John Malopi and Toye Zisman will be live streaming their game for this morning's session.
Yeah, you know the Ekurhuleni side quite well.
Yes, coming from Ekurhuleni, it does help. I've done a lot of socializing and working with John Malopi recently with greens and stuff like that. Where I've been taking his advice, not giving any advice to that man on how to prepare greens and stuff. I've been listening to him and learning quite a lot of his knowledge about how to prepare greens. And then obviously Toy haven't had much opportunity to play against her, but yes, I do know her capabilities are fantastic.
Yeah, I've seen her at quite a few tournaments. I remember she was playing at the 2022 mixed pairs, and I also saw her at the Lady Nationals that same year. Looks to be quite a capable lead. So I think John will be enjoying the lead, making the job easy for him this morning.
Yes, and I've over the tournament period here and in previous times when I've been around her, she's got a great sense of humour. And with her comments to John yesterday, I was watching their game, and it was they really seem to gel together and have a good rapport. So it's a great team. Obviously, the Yorks being a married couple, that speaks for itself as to what type of rapport they've got.
Yeah, no, and they've been playing together from uh, basically, Lara said they basically started when she started playing with Bangshu, it was because she was playing with Wayne York mixed pairs. So they've been playing in tournaments like this for many a years. So they well known, and they both also very capable bowlers in the singles game as well, with winning many titles in Southern Free State.
Yeah. She actually told us that she started playing bowls by playing with Wayne in the mixed pairs. And that's
Yeah.
where she started playing her bowls.
He probably needed an experienced partner, so he trained her. I saw yesterday, it looks like CP Mathewson is auditioning his girlfriend as a mixed pairs partner in the future. Having a nice roll on the green, first time rolling a lawn bowl. Yeah, last night we had a lovely supper. I have to say we were treated to a very nice curry.
Yes, definitely. It was for those of you that know it, it was a real, genuine Natal Durban curry. A couple of the Western Province guys were battling. We also had BGN sweating. It was really a very tasty curry. Well done to the chefs.
Yeah, no, and I have to say, compliments to Newcastle. They've really done well in hosting this tournament. I think they've can be really proud of themselves. This their centenary year as well. I think many of these players would want to come back in the future to this venue.
Definitely, the venue is very pleasant here. Nice and open spaces. The greens are, if this is how the greens are all the time, they are superb greens.
So that's 3
So,
to Ekurhuleni there.
3 on the first end, 3 to Ekurhuleni.
Yeah, I think the dew on the green will probably suit the teams that are used to the slower greens. But it will change during the course of the day. I think here by 10 o'clock we'll be back to that 15
Around the 15-second mark. But yeah, I've already noticed the players were all with their tracksuits on this morning. There was definitely a nip in the air, and they all had their tracksuits on. And strange enough, after the trial ends and at the first end being played, a lot of them are already removing their tracksuits, and so I think it could warm up quite quickly.
Yeah.
To a nice, comfortable day.
Toy playing just short of a medium length. And she's drawn one close. Yeah, and the Yorks playing out of Bloemfontein Municipals, a powerhouse club there in the Southern Free State region. Winning a few national titles in the past, if I remember correctly.
It would seem that they've had a few national titles. Wayne has SA singles, taken a silver medal. He's played in the African states, taken home gold, brought home gold for that in that. Mixed pairs, silvers. So they are used to having their name up here. He's actually Wayne's actually a farmer in the Free State. He tells me he's about 140, 150 kilometers out of Bloemfontein. Is actually where he farms.
Yeah.
So, although he's playing out of Bloemfontein municipals, 140 kilometers drive to the club is quite something.
Oh, well played there by Lara York.
Laura played
That's a dead end.
and they're going to play from the same side.
And you can see the experience. They're not rolling it back to the other side.
Yeah,
They're carrying
They're
it.
carrying it and
Or
keeping
controlling.
control of the
that
balls.
helps. The way you should be doing it if you are new to bowls. Get into the habit of doing that.
Yep.
Mainly for safety for your fellow players.
But it's quite a start. Second end, having a dead jack. Got it right this time.
Yeah.
The dead jack.
New terminology. We're trying to get the correct terminology being used. And Toy will go for
Toy.
another short length.
Toy has put it just on about a meter shorter than the last end. The dead end. Just put it about a meter shorter, and we'll see how she adjusts to that.
Lara playing on her forehand with a very distinctive pink bowls. And she's playing with Drake Pride Professionals.
She's put it within 3/4 of a meter of the jack, and it's a holding shot with that. Toy still putting it 1 meter behind, but it didn't seem to faze John too much.
Toy on the backhand. Just falling short there. So just a bit about John, who's about to deliver. John currently plays out of Benoni Lake, obviously in Benoni. But I remember first coming across him at Springs Town Bowling Club, where he was the greenkeeper, and he then started playing for them. As he says, how he got started was by the fact that he was working on the greens, and he picked up a bowl and started rolling it at the same time. I think he's come on a long way since working on the bowling greens as a greenkeeper, and having just received his Protea colours, going to the African states in a few months' time. He still plays. He's playing great bowls for the district of Ekurhuleni in the opens. So
And then he was the winner recently of the Gauteng Open mixed pairs as well
Yeah.
in the Gauteng tournament.
So good preparation for this one. That's a stiff competition up there in Gauteng.
I love his comment when you ask him about things that he likes, that not ball
Ball.
related, and he simply turns around to be happy. Such a simple statement.
Yeah,
To be
but
happy.
that's such an impactful statement.
Yeah, and it's great to hear. And often when you walk past him, there's the smile on his face, and such a friendly man.
Oh, and he's
He
got an
tried
onto the
very
jack. Yeah.
hard. There, tipped the jack, but I'm afraid he's still 2 down on this end. With Wayne having a last ball to play.
Yeah. Lara York just indicating to Wayne that he can try and roll any of her 2 balls up and stay with it, and then we in shot. And he's getting close. He might even draw it. He might just have sneaked that one close enough.
Might have sneaked
It
it in
could,
for a third shot.
it could be in the measure. 1,
Toy's
2 be
giving
taken
1,
out.
2 so far. Yeah. She's going to
Yeah.
measure on that third. Definitely
Yeah, so
three.
3. That's 3 to
Three.
Southern Free State.
3 to Southern Free
So
State.
all peels after 2 ends. Giving away a free and picking up a free. A good start by both sides. Oh, and Toy, another one of those players who started playing because I always say the ladies are the better half of the combination. Her husband started playing.
Yes, and
I still need to find a term for the husbands.
yeah, so yeah, she started playing with her husband, and but has really come on a long way. Toy actually comes out of Thailand,
Mm.
and is now a resident in South Africa. So I only been playing for a short period, 8 years, but in those 8 years has developed fantastic advance.
Oh, and good morning on the live stream to Fani Brits watching all the way from Switzerland. We're up to 84 live viewers, so remember to comment on the live stream. Let us know where you're watching from as well. And then, of course, as well, who you're supporting in this game or in the competition. And what's the weather like there in Switzerland at the moment, Fani?
I was just looking at Toy's comments as well, not bowls related, and she also put there, I just like to be happy. Maybe that's why her and John get on so well on the bowling green, and play so well together.
Yeah, and that's something actually, Owen. We all started playing bowls for the competitive side, but also for the enjoyment of it. And because bowls is such a lovely sport where you can play as a family, as a husband and wife, and enjoy it. Such a great sport in general. We can't talk much how we wish we started the sport a lot earlier. I think of how hard I've tried to play cricket, which I could have rather spent developing as a lawn bowler.
Yeah, I was fortunate many years ago. My dad got me onto a bowling green. I was 14 then, and it was unheard of for youngsters to be on a bowling green in the 1970s, around 75, 74, 75. Unheard of that a junior teenager was actually seen on the bowling green. But my dad got me onto the bowling green down at a little club, sadly it's closed now, called Mbogantwini. And obviously other sports took over, but I had played bowls.
So the seed was planted.
Seed had been planted, and from there I went on and played all my other sports, the hockey and the tennises and all of that type of stuff. And 20 years later, or 20 years ago, came back to bowls. But at least the seed had been planted then.
Yeah, and that's where you can do your part as a viewer. Remember to share this video to not only your bowls community, but outside the bowls community as well. If you are involved in other sports as well, show them what the sport is about. I think especially a tournament like this is a great showcase of what bowls can be and is.
Yep. There's none of the gender segregation in the sport. Ladies and male, female and male playing together on the exact same, literally, level playing field.
Yeah. Oh, great bowl there by Wayne York, getting a touch, huh? Yeah, no, and of course, then if we look at the age gap, we have the Citibank side with a 15-year-old lady and an 18-year-old skip, and then on our far end we have Neil Burkett on the other side of the age, playing against the Protea player CP Mathewson, who also started the game at the age of 13. He was already playing at national level, at nationals. Along with his father,
and he still continues. CP still continues to do his other sports. He's still into cycling and enjoys cycling. So it goes to show that you can play this sport and partake in many other sports. Your other sports as well. I know of a youngster up in Ekurhuleni. I mean, he's still a keen cricketer. Does well in for his district in cricket, but he's also playing district bowls. So
it looks like Southern Free State is holding quite a lot here. Possible full house
scenario
at this stage.
Will this is under a bit of pressure with this shot?
Yeah.
And he did go down and have a look, and has now decided in his mind what he would like to play. Let's see whether he can achieve it.
He's not far off here. Unfortunately, just being tripped up, so that could be. Let's see. Will we have our second ever full house on a live stream I've been doing? I think Lara will definitely take out the measure here just to make sure.
Yeah.
So 4 taken out already. So we're looking at number 5 and 6. So it's just the 4.
Just the 4.
So 4 to Southern Free State. So they move on to 7. 7 free after free ends. Now, Fani commenting that it's a nice 30 degrees currently there in Switzerland.
Lovely summer's day there.
Probably going to have a lovely braai this afternoon, Fani. I don't know if you're allowed to braai in Switzerland.
Not too sure with the open fires and how they
And,
go about
and,
it.
and then we, of course, we have the Springboks playing later on this evening as well. So lots of sports for you to enjoy. So and I think
But you can stick on the live
Yeah,
streaming until we finish, and then
I think we'll just sneak in before the
start of the
test
game.
match.
Yep. I'm sure Wayne would like to. Wayne would like to be able to watch that game,
Yeah,
seeing
it's
that
in-
it's being played in in Bloemfontein.
He probably brought. Luckily, he was knowing that he's going to be at this tournament, or else he had maybe have given away a few tickets. Probably has a season box there, maybe if we're lucky. Laura on her backhand here.
Wayne indicates he was happy with that ball.
This is the last 3 rounds of sectional play, so a lot of action happening across the green. So we'll keep you updated on the scores of the other matches as well. I think we'll just wait for another 2 ends when they get into the business side, just so the nerves get settled and we have an idea of what the scores are.
Yep.
Yeah, we're very close to that 100 mark. Let's see if we can beat yesterday's 250 on the morning game. It's a Saturday, so no excuse. But they might be sleeping in a little bit later, so we might get them from 10 o'clock joining us. Wow.
Laura trailed pushed the jack back to give Ekurhuleni the shot, and Toy then drew a perler between Laura's 2 bowls, and again rested on the jack, moved it slightly a couple of inches further back. Great shot there from her.
Wayne going on the forehand. He's going to play with a little bit more weight. I think he's trying to get on the inside of that ball or promote Lara in. Yeah, just needs to
Sliding
adjust
through-
his line.
Sliding
slightly.
through that gap slightly and running through about 2.5 meters. John, I'm sure, would be trying to emulate a Toy's shot.
Yeah, or
Actually,
he's putting an insurance
put the
policy.
insurance policy.
And he's changed
At the
Wayne's attack. He has changed Wayne's line of attack with that insurance policy at the back. So definitely a good tactical ball there by John. Yeah, and we're getting the Southern Free State supporters and Wayne York's teammates having a bit of a fun at him, telling me that he's a line dance champion as well. But Dean, I would be a bit quiet if I remember correctly. Somebody has a wrong bias at the Masters in Southern Free State. He should be keeping quiet about. Fani Brits commenting that us South Africans will braai on the moon if it's possible.
This is
Yeah. Oh,
such a good
yeah.
try for there from Wayne. Again, just slipping through the gap.
Yeah, like I said, I think now John will try to emulate that last ball that Toy bowled,
Yeah.
getting in between those pink ones from Lara York.
It's just a metre and a half short.
And we look at that second one. Oh, that's 2 to Ekurhuleni, so they move on to 5. 5-7 after 4 ends.
Waiting for the sun to stop reflecting off of that one board. Which one? Just got to wait for the tilt and the other one. Oh, okay, that one. In 5.
Evans versus Mpumalanga, 10-0.
Is it 0?
Yeah,
Against who?
Mpumalanga.
Against?
Wayne, Jason, JBA.
Jason. So I didn't even look at the player, I was just looking at the JBA doesn't, I can't see the JBA.
It's not up on there.
Oh, Jason probably left it at home.
Northern Cape on the end rink is yeah. So on the end rink we have Western Province versus Northern Cape. On rink 5 we have Mpumalanga playing against JBA. But yeah, you'll give the viewers an update, and I'll move over to the sea green to give the players an update when you're done. Owen.
All right, that's fine. So, as I said, on rink 6, it's Northern Cape versus Western Province. Northern Cape up 4-2 after 5 ends. JBA is playing in Mpumalanga, and JBA is up after 5 ends, is up 10-0 on Mpumalanga. We then look at ring 3. On ring 3, we've got Sedibeng versus Eden, and Sedibeng is 5 with Eden on 6. Eden 1 shot ahead, and that's after 6 ends. Then we can come down to KwaZulu-Natal versus EP, and EP is up 7-0 on KwaZulu-Natal. So over to Jacques to update us on the other green.
Yeah, and here on the sea green we have on rink 1 we have Northwest playing against Northern Free State. Northwest leading that match 6-1 after 4 ends. And on ring 3 we have NIBA playing against Sables, and Sables currently leading. Oh, it's actually pairs after 5 appeals after 5 ends, so it's 3-3. Then we have BGN against Boerland. BGN currently leading that one 5-1. Then we have Border versus Kingfisher on rink 5. We have Border leading that one 4-2 after 5 ends. And then right at the end on rink 6 we have Port Natal playing against Limpopo. Limpopo currently leading that one 3-1 after 4 ends. Back to Owen.
Right, we're back on the live streaming. John is playing his forehand with Toy holding 2 at the moment, but John has put one right at the back. Obviously after watching Laura play with a little bit of weight into the head, hoping to pick up the jack and push it right back. I think John has put that one at the back as a bit of an insurance that if Wayne decides to also try and pick up the jack and push it back, he's got something tucked away. I just watching John putting on his tracksuit again, and a couple of the others have put their tracksuits back on, because there's definitely the wind, a little easterly wind coming through has got quite a bite to it.
Wonderful bowl there by Wayne.
Wayne looks like he pushed both of the bowls out, and
Could be possibly holding 2.
That's brought Southern Free State to holding 2, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like from the camera behind, it looks like they're holding that too. So great result there for Wayne. Let's see what John does here. If he picks up that jack and moves it backwards, he's holding 3. Possible 4, depending on how far off the center line he goes. John will back himself to play that same shot. Just a slight adjustment.
Yep.
And I see next door to us, Owen, we have all the KZN country supporters. Oh, so close.
Yeah, they are starting to arrive, and
I think they really helped their side yesterday as well. They were sitting there on the sea green supporting their side against Jason Evans,
yeah.
and getting the win there. A big win for the 2 players from the local club.
Yep.
Oh,
And,
wonderful draw there.
Wayne has drawn a perfect third shot.
So
Or
that's
3 shots.
Yeah, so current score 10-5 after 5 ends in favour of Southern Free State. Roy Peters saying hi from everybody in Cape Town. He's enjoying the live stream.
Thanks, Roy. Good to hear. That's part of the National Blindies, one of the National Blindies players.
En Annelies Wild, Bloem, ons is agter julle.
I'm sure. With me having coming from Ekurhuleni, I'm sure she means she's behind John and Toy.
Lara just being a meter short there on her last ball. Toy playing on her forehand. As it is going down, it's all about the weight. John also indicating if the weight is there. And unfortunately, yeah. I think the players are expecting when the greens will speed up. I think it's the first morning that we've had so much dew. I think it's the first time I've seen, but you can see the balls are not picking up as much loose grass.
Yep, yeah, the loose grass is the dew is obviously gone.
The lappies are not that much in use anymore.
Nope. Wayne has indicated that Toy's shot is, or bowl is holding shot now.
This looks to be on a good road as well, and I think she's drawn number 1.
Yep.
Toy also looks to be on a good road, but it's going to be short. Says yes. She. How did she say? She's a bit shy there.
A bit shy. Yeah. And still comes into the head with that big smile on her face. And
I don't think I've ever seen her without a smile.
nope. I don't think you will see Toy without not smiling.
And this is important. Even though this is a serious competition, you still need to enjoy it and enjoy that you are here and able to play.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And you know, it was, again, I looked at last night, and although a lot of the players had different bed and breakfasts and all over the place, they were all still staying here last night and enjoying each other's company. They were playing their bingo. There was and it was quite lively the way they were carrying on. You know, playing the bingo and stuff like that. But
yeah, and the one thing, you know, whenever you go to a bowls club, you'll be well entertained, well fed.
yeah.
And it will always be a fun day out. I always say, I'd rather have a bad day on the bowling green than a good day in the office.
But you know, the whole camaraderie that I was watching last night, and yes, there was a lot of bowls discussed and talked about, and you know, some of the more experienced bowlers were talking to the youngsters and mentoring. And you know, I find it very interesting that in the middle of a tournament of this nature, that you've still got all the senior, as in top bowlers, I'm not talking seniors as in age, mentoring and talking to the up and comings and the newbies and stuff like that, and saying to them, yeah, this is what you look at, and this is what you know, this is the conditions. You look at the conditions. This is what you're looking for in the conditions on the greens, and it was a great mentoring.
Yeah, passing along of that knowledge is so important for bowls as a whole in the country, because we have to remember many of these players are vying for spots to take on the rest of the world in the future.
Yeah.
If you don't pass on that knowledge, they'll struggle when they have to face the Australias and the Scotlands in different conditions. Trish Young saying she can finally do a bit of laundry down there in Cape Town.
Oh, the sun must be out for a
Yeah,
change.
sun is out.
That's that yellow thing that's up in the sky. That's called the sun. For those of you in the Western Cape, if you're surprised by what you're seeing up there.
Yeah, our production team is also warming up. They've pulled out the jackets. And apparently we're expecting a little bit colder weather tomorrow for the finals as well. So we might just be, I think the committee
John
ordered
has just
the...
tried to draw there. I think he's just managed to draw second shot.
So just the one.
Just the one to
I-
Southern Free State.
I think the committee here ordered the perfect weather at just the right time.
Yeah.
So on Monday I think they're going to be quite cold.
I think tomorrow we're looking at a high of about 18, 19 degrees here only, sadly. It will be a bit fresher than it has been. But you can already feel it today. There's definitely a drop in temperature.
And you could even see, as I was driving to the club this morning, the whole of Newcastle where I'm staying, I'm driving down the mountain pass. You could see Newcastle being hidden away, and you only saw the tops of the koppies peeking
Yes.
out.
Yeah, even at from my accommodation when I looked outside and I actually went for a walk outside, you could see there was a light mist through the town. So yes, very different from the previous 2 mornings.
Southern Free State going for a change in tactic here. Going for a longer end.
Yeah, they've
basically
gone
almost a full.
It's the full end that they are playing on this.
Probably to see how the Ekurhuleni side handles this longer ends.
Toya certainly enjoyed that length on her first bowl anyway. So
Yeah, and I see one of Toy's other interests is cooking.
I think it looks like they're still holding. Ekurhuleni still holding with that, although Laura put it jack level. It was a bit loud. So Toy, as you can see, Toy put a second bowl just behind the jack.
So at this stage it looks like Toy is holding the advantage on this longer one. Unfortunately also just dropping her bowl into the ditch on the last bowl. So only 4 bowls from the leads on the green. But there is the opportunity of a full house.
Yep. Kessia doesn't have to sweat.
We're up to 112 live viewers. So slowly everybody waking up and joining us on the live stream. Hope you're enjoying the commentary from me and Owen.
The breakfast session.
Wayne playing on his backhand. It looks to be on a good road. Will it finish? And it's gonna be, yeah, second shot indicated by Laura.
Ekurhuleni sticking on the forehand.
Looks like he's changed something there now.
Yeah,
With that.
he's pushed Toys one through. And indicating that there's possibly having pushed it through.
And his own bowl ended up as second shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he can push his own ball up. Oh. Yeah, so he's moved that one at least into second shot.
Second shot, his own ball.
And he
just
has
made it stand up again.
Yeah.
Enough.
And now he has a nice back ball there in a position right on the ditch as well.
John is following his ball down. He seems to feel that he's done it.
And he's not far off. It looks like he's, oh, so close. So asking for the same shot just to roll over that one that's now standing up. And he's actually gonna,
He's going
I
to
think,
possibly nick the...
Oh!
I thought he had nicked the jack there, but it just slipped past the jack. It's an interesting decision on John's behalf here on what he should do with his last ball.
yeah, let's see when he decides. Will he stick to the forehand or switch to the backhand? He's come from the head, so he knows what's happening that side. So
Yeah.
he'll have a clear picture of what he wants to happen. He's staying on that
Staying on
forehand.
the forehand.
Basically, only just needs to beat his own ball.
I think ideally a slight movement on the jack would have
Yeah, made it a multiple. But,
Brought him the
falling
next.
short.
and he's beautiful line.
Great line, yeah. I think he was aiming to draw. On that one. I'm going to have a measure. Wayne opting to measure this one. So it looks like it's just the one to Southern Free State. Oh, one.
No.
So the one to Ekurhuleni. So they move on to 6. 6-11 after 7 ends. Yeah. Oh, we've had a big jump now. We're up to 130 live viewers. And Ekurhuleni going back to the shorter ends. Yeah, and Ekurhuleni currently lying third in the section on 12 points. With Jason Evans' JBA side on 15 points above them, and then Neil Burkett's side from Western Province on 16 points. So, an important match for Ekurhuleni, yeah?
Yes, definitely an important match, and obviously they a little bit dependent on what Mpumalanga can do with Jason, and also what Northern Cape does with Western Province. So, yeah, it's coming down to those mathematical.
Yeah, like we said on day one, the maths will come in on the end of day 2 and day 3, at the start of day 3.
And I'm looking across, and I see Northern Cape is 8-4 up on Western Province at the moment. Yeah, still a long way to go. They've just finished 8 ends, but that is a result that can influence what happens within the whole the group.
And I can't remember. I think Annalise is playing with the darker bowls, and Olivia with the lighter one. So it could be that Northern Cape was holding 3 shots there, but it looks like Neil has drawn one close to cut off some of the shots, or depending on if it's his leads ball, it might be holding 5. It's difficult to see from our angle.
And on our game, Lorna
Oh,
has
the
just
way
drawn.
CP's going, I think they're down.
Yeah, and he took out Neil's shot. But on our live streaming, Lorna's last ball came in for shot. Laura just pipped Toy.
John here on his backhand. It's just short. Yeah. Indicating that it's close. To being this shot. Actually, Wayne playing on his backhand, so John was playing on his forehand. I haven't seen any lefties playing in this tournament so far.
Certainly not on the live streaming.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any lefties.
We'll have to have a look if we see any lefties in action.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye open and have a look across the rest of the greens and the other green as well, and see whether there's any lefties there.
Of course,
Which
the
is
most
quite-
famous lefty winning this title last year, Jerry Baker.
Jerry Baker, yeah.
You were saying, Owen, sorry before I interrupted you.
No, it's actually quite something that you don't see any lefties, or we haven't picked up any lefties this year, you know.
Oh, Wayne, if you can get a touch onto that and only move it slightly backwards, he'll be securing that shot. Must be careful not to slice it too much.
Yeah. John's last ball coming down.
I think he wants to get inside Wayne's bowl and promote his own bowl up,
Yes,
and I think
promote.
he's made it possible too.
Put it in as 2 there. Definitely holding 2 now, but Wayne still has the last ball to play. Wayne's just walked out of the head, so he knows exactly
Yeah, he's a shot
What-
made up.
what he's what the conditions are.
And of course, with Wayne and Lara being partners so long, they know exactly what their game plan is and what they are trying to do. So, not a lot of discussion between them unless there's something
To describe.
to describe.
But yeah, he pulled up a little bit short there, and so that's left Ekurhuleni with another 2 shots.
Yeah, so they'll move on to 8.
8.
8-11 after 8 ends.
Slowly chipping away at the lead that Southern Free State started with. So. I'm afraid looking across at the JBA Mpumalanga game, sadly Mpumalanga is still not on the scoreboard, and JBA is now currently 23 after 8 ends. So Mpumalanga battling this morning. Yesterday they were on their game yesterday, and this morning just that one step.
Oh, maybe just the changing conditions from this morning.
And also the change in with the greens, they've moved from C to A. They were playing C yesterday.
Yeah.
On our game, Toy.
Yeah, brilliant start. They're putting the pressure on Southern Free State. And I
But
think
Laura, with her experience, is able to just play the shot. And indicating that Wayne is indicating that it's a measure for shot. Wayne has suggested to Laura that she still plays with a yard of extra weight through the head. It's still a measure for shot there.
Yeah.
Wayne feels it's
Laura having a good look
Look
going.
there. So obviously it's going to be a close measure there.
That's such a lovely way to describe what she wants from Toy. Yeah, just a bit short there.
Yeah. I think that call of you've got to move the jack is an indication probably that Laura's not happy that they are holding the shot there, or not convinced that they're holding the shot, I should say.
Oh, unless she was scared that John might move the jack.
Yeah.
It's difficult to say, because that was more of a, unless Wayne missed his line slightly there. It's difficult to see what, if that is a positional ball, but if he If he can move the jack, Wayne, to the back now, currently. Oh, this looks to be a... Will it fall over? I think it's... So it's between those two for shot. Yeah.
Laura suggested that Wayne actually comes and has a look at the head because it's so tight.
As you see Wayne having a good look at that head.
As soon as they finished there, we can probably do an update on the other scores with the 10 ends having been completed. So Western Province versus Northern Cape. Northern Cape is still up on Western Province, 10-5. So Western Province has just got the 5 still. Mpumalanga JBA. Mpumalanga is on the board now with 3. JBA is 23. Sedibeng versus Eden. Eden is on 12, Sedibeng on 8. And then the last game on this rink is KZN versus EP, and EP is up 8-4 on them.
Now, before we
Wayne,
move over to the sea green, let's just complete this end. Yeah, calling for
Wayne.
the umpire.
John has called for the umpire straight away.
Now they're keeping 3 balls in there, all 3
Yeah,
are in the mix.
nice.
Yeah, the umpire comes with her calipers.
She's coming with her calipers there.
Now, for those not familiar with bowls, there's a whole box of tools and equipment when we get to the close ones. For the new generation who doesn't know about pint and plugs, there's even the feeler gauges.
Yes, they go right down to feeler gauges and calipers
and little white paper thingies that you put at the bottom, and
yeah. So it's quite an array of tools that can be used to get the accurate measure. And recently, Bowl South Africa has just approved the laser measure, one of a specific brand of laser measure. They've approved that now for use in domestic use. So, we're going right down to electronics of using lasers to actually measure distances and so
I
on.
would love to see one of those in action at a tournament. I think it will probably, especially in the long measures where you have to use the long string.
Yeah, we did. I was lucky enough in Australia at the World Championships this year, last year, and at the Multi-Nations Challenge last year. Australia was making use of it, and that was one shot to Ekurhuleni there. They picked up a shot on that end, so that brings them at 9-11 after 9 ends. But yeah, the Australian ITOs that were there were making use of the laser measures, and it were with us the first time that we saw it being actually used in major competitions, and it was very interesting. And the accuracy apparently is within thousandths of a millimeter. So
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to head over to the sea green.
And we can get the results now, or the current standings on the sea green for you guys. And so Jacques can take it.
Yeah, over at the sea green we have Northwest playing against Northern Freezers on ring 1. Currently Northwest leading that one 14-5 after 10 ends. Next door on ring 3 we have Sables playing against NIBA. Current score there 10-6 after 10. Then we have Boerland playing against BGN. Boerland currently on 8 and BGN is on 11. So BGN leading in that match after 10 ends. And on rink 5 we have Kingfisher against Border. Kingfisher coming back quite nicely, now taking the lead there. 10-8 after 11 ends. And then we have Port Natal versus Limpopo. That's a close match, not much in there. 8-5 in favour of Limpopo after 8 ends. So they're going quite slowly, but a good tussle there. And here Ekurhuleni holding 2 shots. We're again going for the shorter length of jack. Remember that jack needs to be 23 meters from the front line of the mat. We consider the legal jack to be played to.
Just going back to that measure and so on, I've just had a message from Howard Gibbons, one of Bowl South Africa's ITOs. It's the International Technical Officials. He's actually got one of the laser measures and will be making use of it today already. It looks, he sent me a photograph of it and what it looks like, and it's very compact. It's not much bigger than a box measure itself. So yeah, let's see how well that takes on, especially with it being only the size of a box measure and you're not carrying a toolbox around with you to carry the laser measure in. So we'll see how that goes in the future.
Yeah, and I think I've seen many of the suppliers saying that they're receiving stock this week as well, or of more of that. So it seems like quite a few bowlers are interested in that.
Yeah, we'll make a new dynamic once people know how to use it, to make it for it to be very accurate in measuring and possibly speed up the game a little bit more. John is certainly piling on the pressure here for Wayne, with them possibly holding 4 shots at the moment, with Ekurhuleni holding 4 shots at the moment. Bit of pressure.
Oh, wonderful ball there by Wayne York.
Wayne picked up and moved the jack and sitting on the jack now.
It looks like he's holding shot, and Ekurhuleni now has 2 seconds. And Wayne will be looking at that side ball of Lara York as well, especially with the position of the jack. So let's see what John does here. Looks like he's going to stay on the forehand.
Yep.
Will he? He's going for a controlled,
bit more weight.
Controlled attacking shot here. I think he's trying to get onto that shot of Wayne, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, Wayne has made up his mind, walking over to the mat. Such an important exercise is on your last ball to come over and make sure what is happening in the head.
He's following it down into the head.
Well, looks interested, but I think he's not
stopped.
happy.
He's
Yeah,
not happy. He's stopped.
a bit shy there as well.
Yep.
So it's 1 to Southern Free State, so they move on to 12. 12-9 after 10 ends, but a close match we have here, Owen.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
actually turned out to be a good one for streaming.
Yeah. No, it's the score. Yes, Southern Free State up, but the actual heads are still very good.
And an important one for Ekurhuleni to try and win if they want to keep their hopes alive
Yes.
of winning their section.
Yep, definitely. Obviously, we're trying to watch and see the other games in this pool. Keep track of that, and Western Province being on top by 1 point, and currently down to Northern Cape 12-6 after 12 ends. With Jason from Jason and Louise from JBA 26-8 up on Mpumalanga. So it's all turning around at the moment.
I think by the end of this round, we could see a topsy-turvy. Oh, great ball there by
Great
Toy.
ball by Toy. In the red. How are we looking in the red pool? Who's at the top
in
again
the
there?
red pool we have Northwest after their win over Sables last night. They've taken the lead, but it's only on shot difference. So 15 all at the top. So we have Northwest on 15 points, and then Sables on 15 points with a 50 to 18 shot difference there.
Sure. Okay.
And then we have Boerland, who had a great day yesterday, moving into third position on 12 points. And then we have Francois Koen side from BGN on 10 points. So a lot can happen in that section as well, especially, but I see Northwest and Sables are quite well up. So, that might be decided by
shot difference. Yeah.
or one team slipping up in one of the two next
Yeah,
rounds.
and BGN is also up on in their game.
Yeah, and they're playing Boerland.
So third and fourth position busy playing against each other at the moment. BGN up 14-8 on Boerland. So yes, today would appear to be the big moving day.
Toy promoting her own ball up there. Oh, getting a great result there. Unfortunately, that one is not considered a toucher because it's not the ball that has come out of the hand that touched the jack. Just for our non-bowlers to explain how the toucher works, it needs to be the ball that you are delivering that needs to touch the jack. And of course, if it is a toucher and it goes into the ditch, it stays alive.
The shot there, inside their ball. Play it drawing right there, Laura. Drawing right through the hole.
Yeah. He's not far off. He wants to get onto that toucher, and he's place that other one in the ditch.
Yep, the slang term uses the second hand toucher was put into the ditch, so that's out of play now. Trying to pick up on the camera.
Yeah, unfortunately, our overhead one with the jack so close, it's difficult to see. We can only see the end of the jack. We'll see from the other side when they deliver. If we can see a bit more.
There was no indication that I picked up from the players.
Quickly switch back to his one. Yeah, as it looks like it's a good look between Wayne's bowl
And toys, yeah, there's...
so Laura putting the foot down, so Wayne will be trying to beat that on his forehand. Probably trying to ditch the jack. It's a bit of a risky shot if he ditches his own ball there. So indicating that Wayne is holding shot with that one. A good communication. John was looking to play on his backhand and promote Toy's ball up, but Toy said him no, just rest out that shot ball. If you are in the Newcastle area, why don't you come down and enjoy a great day of lawn bowls. The best 20 mixed pairs players in the country from their districts will be in action. And I have to say, over the last few days, we've seen some brilliant bowls being played, some amazing shots.
And there's not just a few of them individuals. It's been definitely every team has had superb games.
And many of the games, even the scores were not reflecting what was happening in the game.
No.
It was one or two bowls that made the difference.
Yes.
Between the sides. So John is trying to get onto that shot bowl. Unfortunately, just being tripped up by that front bowl from. Yeah, so it's 1-2 Southern Free State. So they move on to 13-9 after 11 ends. Morne Skip is asking if there's a schedule out. We'll be looking at the standings after this round to determine which will be the next games that we do, just to make sure we get the games that are meaningful. With quite a few results in this round that will determine the top end of
each
of
group.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
we have made allowances that we can move onto the viewing rink the the best group, so it's not necessarily going to come from
Blue section
The
or
blue
the red
section
section.
at
It can
the-
be from the blue or the red section. Any game.
yes going forward. But yeah, we were so sadly we don't want to commit ourselves at this stage.
No,
Not
yes.
with
It's
the
just-
results we're seeing out there at the moment.
No, and especially with half of the games still to be completed and a lot of balls still to go down. Oh, great draw there by Toy.
Yeah, the Southern Free State has opted for the full end. I've seen that a few times where Southern Free State has opted for the full end, whereas Ekurhuleni has been bringing it up, not necessarily bringing up the mat, but
Playing
dropping the
shorter.
jack
Yeah.
a little bit shorter.
Oh, she got a touch onto Toy's ball there and fell over on closer to the jack. That one I think was a target. Oh, Toy moving that one.
Yeah, moving Lara out a little bit further
Yeah, so giving her more room to draw in on the next ball.
on her next ball.
Oh, Wayne indicating that he's happy. Yeah, very good ball. Yeah, yeah. That's in a good position.
Twi- John asking Toy to play her backhand still and try and rest on the second shot of Lara.
Yeah, Toy just resetting himself. That's so important as a bowler. If something doesn't feel right in your setup, or you get distracted by something on the green, or something comes into your mind
Yep.
that is affecting your bowl, rather step off the mat.
Yep.
I see so many times players that do bowl wrong bias is because they change their hand but they don't reset themselves on the mat.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And there's where the pre-delivery routine is so important. Getting back off and then you do the whole routine over again.
Start again.
Toy being indicating she was a bit nervous there.
Okay, you can draw even over here, fun.
Toy indicated to John there just to play a normal drawing shot, no fancy heroic shot or anything like that, just play. On the just a quick update on what's happening with the Eden Sedibeng game. Sedibeng, the youngsters from Sedibeng have made a massive recovery, and they are now up 17-14 on Eden. That's massive comeback from them over the last few ends.
Yeah, and there's only 3 ends to go there.
Yeah.
I have to say, you can see the greens were playing a bit slower, and we're getting through the ends a bit quicker.
Yes. Yes, and Sedibeng is obviously enjoying enjoying the speed of these greens now compared to earlier this morning with that massive comeback at 17-14.
Good morning, Howard Gibson. We're glad you're enjoying the live stream.
I think that's Howard Gibbons.
No,
was it?
Gibbons, yes, Gibbons,
Howard
yeah.
Gibbons, yeah.
Oh, Wayne
Wayne.
ditching the jack and has made it into 5.
That was a great bowl from Wayne.
Unfortunately, he's also the odd one out now to get the shot of the full house.
Yeah.
If it sticks to 5,
Yeah.
I think Laura will.
But John is trying very hard. Unfortunately, putting his ball into the ditch, which gives Southern Free State 5 shots there.
Yeah, so they'll move on to 18.
And at 18 ends after, 18 shots after 12 ends, and give away a 5 at this point is tough.
Yeah, to get back
for
from
the
there.
opposition to come back at that.
Basically, Ekurhuleni will need to score a multiple within the next 2 ends to get that back.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Laura will remind Wayne of that short ball in front that was out of the count later on this evening when they reflect on the game during tea time. Going for the longer ends again. And we're joined by Terry Turner on the live stream as well.
So obviously Terry opted not to drive through for the day.
No. I think she probably saw that it was a bit colder today. But I'm sure if Jason Sides makes it to the final, she'll be very tempted. To pitch up tomorrow.
Yeah, Terry, for those viewers that didn't know, Terry was in 2 minds as to whether to be able to come through yesterday in some of her communication with us.
Indicating just needs to add another meter, Laura, on the next ball. And I think Toy is about a meter through there as well.
Yep.
So let's see how the leads adjust. But again, Owen, the game has been determined by the leads.
Yes.
Oh, great bowl there by Toy getting a toucher.
And staying with it. She's moved it back half a meter.
And of course that is
closer
a
to
touch.
her ball.
And of course that's a toucher as well.
So if any change comes in, it goes into the ditch. It stays alive.
And Laura looks to also get a toucher here. She's not far off. Oh. Terry indicating she's very tempted. Already very tempted to be, yeah. And I have to say, if I smell the the boerewors here from behind.
We're getting a signal from Arthur also.
I'd like to
Big
offer.
smile on his face and that smell of the braai behind us.
Luckily, Arthur has organised us a few pancakes here.
Yes.
Or pannakoeka. Prepared by one of the local churches here, so they also have a few for sale. So if you're in the area, you're definitely not going to miss out on having a lekker boerie roll or a pancake while you're watching.
Yes. It's all available from the Newcastle Bowling Club.
Rain on his backhand.
If I get the jack, I'm straight on to you. I'm going to play for the jack.
Yeah, communication in a team setup like this is so important. We just heard a long discussion of which shot and having faith in your partner, indicating that Wayne was drawing so well on that hand and is. Oh, great! Unfortunately, I think
He
Toy's
trailed it.
ball barrel, yeah.
Yeah, he trailed the jack back, and but Toy's back bowl. The jack is resting up against it now.
I must have a go at that jack.
Standing in the way. Okay.
The ball that's going to lie if I get the jack is that left ball there.
Oh, not far off there.
That one's alive.
That one's alive.
Yeah, yeah. That.
Which one is the second shot, Koen?
Now for those, ball came back on from the. No,
No,
it,
not at all.
no, the actual
John-
one went in the
John
ditch. Yeah,
was actually his back ball was there all the
yeah.
time.
So I think it's the one in the ditch
It
that
was
Laura
the
was
one-
confused about.
Yeah, the one that Wayne caught is actually the one that he put in the ditch.
So
But,
it's just the one
It's the one.
to Ekurhuleni. So they move on to 10.
10. After 13 ends.
Yeah, 10, 18.
As I said, that 5 that they picked up on that Southern Free State picked up on the previous end is the tough one to come back from.
Yeah. I think we can give the viewers an update on the scores again.
All right, I'll do the Western Province versus Northern Cape. They played 16 ends, and Northern Cape is on 14, with Western Province on 9. The JBA versus Mpumalanga game, It's also after 16 ends. We have got 33 to JBA and 10 to Mpumalanga. The KwaZulu-Natal EP game. EP is up on KwaZulu-Natal 12-8. That game is a little bit behind. They're only on 13 ends. The Sedibeng versus Eden, 16 ends. Sedibeng is up on Eden by 18 points to 14 points. So the Sedibeng guys come back quite well.
Yeah, and over here at the Sea Green, lots of action happening here. We have Northwest playing against Northern Free State. Current score there, Northwest leading 22-6. And they're also currently in the lead of the section, but only on points difference. And that's after 12 ends. Well, actually 15 ends, yeah, 15 ends. Then we have Natal Inland versus Sables. Natal Inland having a good comeback there. Currently in 12-11 over Sables. Sables currently in second position. Then we have BGN against Boerland. BGN lead Boerland after 14 ends. And then on rink 5 we have Kingfisher playing against Border. The current score there, Border leading 15-10 after 15 ends. Then we have Limpopo versus Port Natal. Port Natal leading that one 12-10 after 13.
As we've seen previously in this game with Southern Free State and EKB, the minute Ekurhuleni gets the jack, they again drop it around the 27-meter distance. Try and disturb the weight control, but they always opting for that length.
Yeah, over there on the Sea Green, Natal Inland is not making it easy for Sables, who's currently in second position. They have a 1-point lead there, and that's a key match there. It looks like Northwest will win their match comfortably. So Sables, who are on equal points there, will need to win that match to keep in the running with 2 games to go.
And on our game, Wayne has just drawn the shot. I think John is going to pull up here a bit short, eh?
Yeah, that's
Sadly.
a bit naughty when you're down. But he has 1 ball left.
John, come inside your ball.
Oh, John looks to be
John
on a
is
good track.
following his ball down.
Oh! Unfortunately, just going through all the holes there.
Yeah.
What's that old saying? Holes are made for bowls.
Yeah.
If Wayne can trail that jack backwards, he'll get another multiple here.
Yeah, if you just... They are holding 2, so...
Yeah, oh, he
Any
gets
movement
it.
on the jack, which he has done?
Oh, yeah, and I think he's still. First one being taken out. Unfortunately, if he trailed the jack along with his bowl, he would have had 4.
Yes.
And unfortunately, just slightly.
Slight slice on the bowl, and they're measuring for the second shot.
Yeah, so that's
But
2.
they still took the two shots there.
So Southern Free State taking a 20-10 lead after 14 ends.
I know this time of the game to be talking about the weather, but definitely the cloud cover is starting to pick up. It's still high. There's no rain in it,
Predicted.
but the breeze that's coming through is definitely calling for jackets to be pulled out, and some of the teams are starting to put their jackets back on again.
Yeah, and you can see even some of the spectators are keeping themselves nice and warm.
Yep.
Trevor Swanepoel joining us here from Newcastle. He's my home host, making it possible for us to be able to bring you all 4 games, of all 4 days of lawn bowls, with the assistance of the locals here at the club, also a member here at Newcastle.
Talking about the members, I am looking across the green, and we have John Ravenscroft from Bowl South Africa, the ex-CEO of Bowl South Africa, sitting here again today and enjoying the game. And I was seeing on the board that he was one of the champions here at Newcastle, and I think it was 1977. He was actually a member here at Newcastle. So Newcastle's got a good heritage. I don't know whether you're aware that one of our disabled bowlers, Vicky van der Merwe, who went to Commonwealth and also multi-nations, this is her home club as well. So
She was actually the one warning me not to say anything too much about the weather this morning, because I'm jinxing it. Putting the commentator's curse on the weather, it seems like, from my side. So I had a stern talking to yesterday.
yeah, so
Always a nice person to find at the tournaments. Always very talkative. I love talking to her. She's quite knowledgeable as well, and always up-spirited and passionate.
Definitely, yes.
And it's nice to have people like that in your club that are passionate about promoting the sport as well.
Yeah. So Vicky and well, the whole of Newcastle club is quite strong. With the fact that Newcastle is actually playing in this tournament, so it goes to show that there is strength here in the Newcastle club.
And actually, the lead from Newcastle is the tournament committee member as well.
Yes, Sean. Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle, and husband Monty, I think he's the convener.
He's the convener. So
And this morning I ordered some extra tickets for this evening, and the guy said, "No, he's running around because he told Michelle, you're not going to do any work for the tournament. You're here to play." So
So other players, other people
are stepping up,
taking the reins and stepping up and
helping her out.
making sure that she can concentrate on her game.
And I see we're getting close to the end there on ring 6. They're completing the final end there, and it looks like Northern Cape is still leading 69. As we see Mr. York walking back with determination. He has the shot in mind. Also a player with a nice smooth delivery.
So I think Sedibeng took their game, beating Eden. And Northern Cape has beaten Western Province 16. I think it was 16-10 there.
Yeah. Looks like it, but so that will mean JBA will be taking the lead again if they win their match, and they're well up on.
Going into the last end, they are 34-11 up on Mpumalanga, so pretty much that game wrapped up for JBA. They'll take the 3 points from that game, which will move them back up into the number 1 spot.
Yeah, they'll move up to 18 points, and Western Province will stay on 16 points. Then we have the KZN Country. If they can win this one, they'll be just 1 point behind Neil's side.
And they are currently down.
Actually, I mean Ekurhuleni, and they are down as well.
Yeah.
So a lot to play for still. Unfortunately, just quickly doing a wrong calculation there. Yeah, Nadine Badenhorst, another win for the youngsters from Sedibeng. Proud. And Northern Free State getting very excited here on the sea green. We can hear them from our position.
Yeah. Sadly, Northwest has taken that game against Northern Free State. They were 27. They 27-6 ahead, playing the last end. So that's a definite 3 points for Northwest there.
Yeah, so they'll be watching what's happening in the Sables match as soon as they're done.
Yeah,
Sables are on similar both on 15 points, only shots difference, and I think Sables has
taken the lead, 16-12 over Natal Inland
with 2 ends to go.
So
All to play for
all
there.
to play for there. And
So, Lara holding shot currently. So Toy will try to get one close. There's room to draw into, but I think this one's going to fall short. Shy again.
Definitely shy on it, sadly.
Oh, Owen.
And I watched as they walked up and they crossed over. Toy and John still had a smile for each other. And
Yeah, even though they're down, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so close to getting onto there, Jack. Any movement backwards will favour Southern Free State. In the end, that's a good position, but I think John would have wanted to get
to
the
close.
shot first.
Yes, but
Yes.
he's at least put the Ekurhuleni rose in amongst the thorns of the Free State.
Ja,
Bowls.
ja, die van die rose stad.
John, what you think about this hand?
So you can't find the other hand. So he's going to stick to the backhand. Being quite honest and
Open, and everybody can hear that he's battling on that hand.
running through again. Oh, sneaking through into there, but he'll probably have to promote, luckily to promote those front balls into the count, you'll have to play with quite a bit of weight.
Yep.
So Wayne was playing a safe option, and John following the same route, but I don't think he's done enough.
I think he's
Could be
managed to
get
pull it in for second
shot,
there.
possibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the one
Just
to
the one.
yeah, so Southern Free State moving on to 22-10 after 16
ends.
ends. Yeah, last 2 ends to go.
Yeah.
How do you say? Just up and down, depending if we don't get a dead end. Why now opting for a shorter length?
JBA's game is over as well.
Easy win there.
34. That's certainly sent JBA's shot aggregate up as well
Yep.
with that win. the EP KZN game is Peel's 12 all on 16 ends. So that's a very tight game going on there.
One day will move the countryside up onto 13 points, so they might leapfrog Ekurhuleni if it looks like Ekurhuleni will be losing this match. Only 12 on, still mathematically possible to take the lead, but they need
a 6 on both.
six on both. They need 2 full houses, and I don't think Wayne York will allow that.
Full houses will give them appeal.
So then they'll still be leapfrogged by the KZN countryside if they win that match against EP. So definitely a lot of action. If you weren't here this morning and you all were in the area, you missed out on some great games. Great draw there by
Toy,
Toy.
and I think it's 1 in a measure at the moment.
Yeah, it actually looks like it could be from this angle. It looks like it's a comfortable 2, but yeah, it's difficult to see. That's correct because of the angle to those back bowls. They look a lot farther than they might be.
Yeah.
So let's stick to the 1 and a 1 and a measure in favour of Ekurhuleni.
That's
if
the way.
we were the
Yep.
marker.
Yes.
Oh, another great bowl there by the KZN country skip John. On rink 3. Oh. And Wayne has drawn D shot.
Yep.
Number 1.
John is looking to outdraw him again.
And he's getting a touch onto the jack, but unfortunately just slicing it. And I think now they're down 3.
Yep. Laura signaled 3 there.
I think that's a bit of an insurance policy there by Wayne. And John could be maybe cutting off, yeah. I think he's holding 2, indicating by Laura, but I think it's very close between that third one and John's bowl. From the angle I saw quickly on the screen.
She was pretty confident with the call of only 2. Toy indicated that there's a drawing capability there on the backhand.
Yeah, one of the viewers just asking who was playing for Mpumalanga. I can give you their surnames. Um, it was Pavia. I think it's Dennis. So one in to go. Owen.
Yes, yeah, and obviously Free State has taken the 3 points from this
So
game.
1, 2. I haven't flipped the board, but I think it was it 2 shots on that last
It
one?
looked like it was two
Yeah,
shots.
2 shots. We'll see if they
correct the scoreboard as
yeah.
well.
And if we were correct. I was looking over to see what's happening at the Sables match while they were deciding the shots, because and it looks like Francois Kunsai from BGN has also won. And the EP side looks like they've picked up there on that end. Or has it been burned? Oh, I mean dead end. Yeah, it looks like it was a dead end. No, EP picked up this. It's difficult to say. No, it's still appeal, so it was probably a dead end. They're on ring 3. And the current score for Sables, they're leading 16-13 on the last end, so leading by 3. So Sable's winning that one. Turby drawing D shot at the death.
Okay,
So I think they picked up one there, so it's 17-13.
17-13 against Natal Inland.
So Northwest and Sable still on both on 15 points, only shot difference between the two of them. So we'll definitely be having a look who they are playing next.
Yes.
In our consideration of the next stream.
Yep.
Along with the results from this section. So you'll have to wait in anticipation. While we try to make the best call. Not the easy one to call, Owen.
No, there's...
I had a late night looking at what
the different
combinations are.
What could come of it.
Yeah, and it's all depends on what's happening this morning, and we can even make a call, and then the next round something else happens, and it will change the final match as well.
Yes, could be. John has drawn a perfect shot, cutting it down from look like 4.
Yeah.
To the 1, to holding shot.
Wayne.
Okay, just a correction on the previous KwaZulu-Natal EP was EP actually picked up the shot, and so EP's leading 12-13 against KwaZulu-Natal going into the last end.
Yeah, and that match will also have an impact on what's happening in that section, especially when it comes to silver and bronze, or who will play in the finals and who will be in the bronze contention.
Yes.
And even that win from the Northern Cape over Western Province might promote Northern Cape up into contention with 2 rounds to go for a medal. So a lot happening in this section. Oh, great result there for Wayne.
Wayne playing into the bunch and catching the right ball and pushing the jack through for them to hold 2 from John's previous one shot.
And John going for the controlled attacking shot. Oh, and he's taken one out.
Took the one out and chipped the jack a little bit, but Free State still takes the one. So Southern Free State wins 25-10 against Ekurhuleni, and Jacques is going to take the mics over and get ready for the interview of the players.
Yeah, and we're with the winners of this match, Southern Free State. The couple, the brave one, Wayne York, playing with his wife Laura. A great one. How did you find the greens this morning?
Yeah, I don't think I must comment too much on the green. I must rather say at least I found rhythm for that first time this weekend. I mean, Laura's been playing very well. And if there was a bomb squad in bowls, they would have replaced me with it the first 4 games. So, let's take it from there. I don't know what Laura wants to say.
Yeah.
The greens were tricky. They changed quite a bit, and the short ends and the long ends and the up and the downs were different. It was really tricky.
I
Yes.
think definitely the colder weather overnight and a little bit more dew on the green, you could see, and even the games were finishing a lot earlier, so I think the greens were definitely slower than it was over the last 2 days.
I must give it to them. The greens are running well.
Yeah.
You've got to play according to the climate, and the greens are good. We just got to keep going.
Yeah, and a tough section. This is probably, if we were to call it something, it was the section of death. There's a quality sides all in one group, and anyone could go. So and I see there's a lot of things still happening in this section. You winning Ekurhuleni is making it interesting, and yourself moving up as well. So 2 games to go. Who are you playing next?
Yeah, we got Sadie being the young couple. I think it's now, and then we got the home favourites of John. So we got to restore a bit of pride. Like I said before, I haven't been at my best. I've actually let Laura down. Today I've come right again. But we will restore pride. And
But I have to say, anyone who's at this tournament, you have to be the best in the country. You're definitely part of the 20 best in the country. There's 25,000 people who aren't here. And you've been playing for quite a few years together in the mixed pairs.
no, Laura and I have been here. It's our 6th outing here. We've come close. We've got silver before. We've got a bronze, and we've hunted strongly the last 2 years. This year, once again, I must comment and say Laura played well. I didn't give her the assistance that she deserved, so we'll see next year again.
No, I think you're being a bit hard on yourself.
Yes, he's been sick.
Yeah. Oh,
He's been
okay.
ill,
Okay. So yeah, no, that will definitely affect your play.
Yeah, but from my side, I just want to say thanks, Jock, once again for your input. It's always nice having you around the greens. And, you know, Newcastle, I don't know when I'll be back here, but I'll remember the fantastic time we had here.
I think a few of the squads would want the tournament to return here, and unless you have to play against Newcastle. I think some of them they've caused a few upsets yesterday, but yeah, lovely conditions, and I think they've really done a great job. And yeah, we'll probably see you again at the Junior Nationals in Bloemfontein next year.
You know, I'm sure I'll see you. I always see you around.
Yeah, we're always in the same circles. Yeah, but thank you for joining us, and good luck with the next games,
Thanks.
and all the luck, and have a lovely rest of the 2 games left, the final day, and then a bit of rugby there in Bloemfontein. I hear the stadium is sold out already on Monday, so we'll be watching from this side. I think we would have wanted to be at the stadium.
No, I'm sure it's going to be a good one in Bloem. It's always good having visitors to in the Free State. Yeah, but once again, to your input and your work you do for Bowl South Africa, I think a round of applause to you. And then I must comment, you know, you got to look at the section.
Yeah.
When the names come through, and you have to do additional manipulating, because you cannot have 6 Springboks in one section. You know, it's just not fair.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye bye.
Proud I was a part of it. Someday I will feel alright. Timing felt so right, and we gave it all and gave him a fight. Can you feel the beat?